Good morning, and good morning from day 10 of my Cambrian Way journey. And I'm now deep in the heart of the Ylennydd. I left the Clare the Bothy this morning, had a comfortable night. I didn't have the Bothy to myself in the end. The German couple that I met at Teen Cornell Hostel arrived late last night, so we shared the Bothy. Our socks and shoes were dry as a result of the fire that I lit yesterday evening, so all is well. Today I'm heading across this landscape towards Domen Milwyn, which I can see ahead of me. It's very distinctive. And then I'm going to be heading across towards Devil's Bridge. From Devil's Bridge I head towards Ponterwood, where there's a shop, and after that we'll see how far we get. Top of Domen Milwyn, with fab views to the west and down towards Cwmystwyth. Forget about the tough ground of the Ylennydd. That is the hardest ground on the Cambrian Way so far. Waist high grass, bog, brambles to cap it off. Oh. This is the arch, and it's near Devil's Bridge. It was built in 1810 to commemorate the Golden Jubilee of King George III. It was also the entrance to the Havod estate. Well, I'm now descending into the Vale of Rydal, having stopped for a short break at Devil's Bridge. Lovely to see the steam train there. And I went to the Two Hoots Cafe. Really nice people there. I had a breakfast bat with extra sausage and a large latte coffee. They stop serving breakfasts at 11 o'clock. I did ask if they would serve one to me. I got there at 10 to 12. And they nearly did it because they knew I was doing the Cambrian Way. But because it was busy with lots of other people there waiting for the train at 12:30, they couldn't do it. Well, they did say, if it's quiet, they will serve breakfast to Cambrian Way walkers regardless of the time. But it's even better if you phone ahead and let them know you'll be arriving and roughly what time, and they will do a breakfast for people. So if you're researching the Cambrian Way and you find this video, then there's a bit of information for you about how you may be able to get a breakfast at Two Hoots Cafe at Devil's Bridge. So, in the Vale of Rydal, across the railway line, now I've got to climb steeply out of this valley and then up towards Ponterwood. That was Ponterwood, and that's my last proper resupply before Barmouth. So the rucksack is heavier now, but I'm feeling good today, and I think it's all down to calories. So yesterday I was tired. I probably didn't eat enough the day before. Yesterday I ate a lot more because I knew I hadn't eaten enough the day before. And it's that balance of how much do you carry on your back, how many calories are you going to need to carry what's on your back versus how many calories do you need to walk efficiently. Well, clearly today I've got enough food inside me. I've done 16 miles and I still feel very good. And now Plinlimon is in front of me. So, what's the boy to do? Well, I'm going to keep plodding on and see how far I get. I'm not going to say I'm going to get to the top of Plinlimon. I'm not going to say that. But it's not beyond the realms of possibility. Let's see how far we get. Well, that's the end of day 10 and I've got a wonderful spot and I did make it close to the summit of Plinlimon. Well, if I look out of my tent I can see the summit from here, so not very far at all. I've got fantastic views east across the Severn Valley to the Shropshire Hills, the Marches. Yeah, I've got a great spot here. A little bit of a breeze, but nothing major. And I've looked at the forecast for Plinlimon Mountain, and sadly there's going to be showers tomorrow. There's going to be mist overnight, so I will be in a cloud. But by about 6 o'clock in the morning, the mist should have lifted. Should be a bright morning, but then the showers will start pushing through as the day goes on. 20.6 miles today I have walked, and I felt really good actually, so I'm really pleased about that. Sets me up nicely for tomorrow. So tomorrow I shall walk over Plinlimon and then down towards Derailed before I head across to Commons Coch. But for the moment, I've had my dinner and now I think I'm going to listen to some podcasts and or read my book. So, do it all again tomorrow. Good morning. It's day 11 of the Cambrian Way, and as predicted with the forecast, I've woken up into mist and rain. So I've got a soaking wet tent, which I will want to dry out somewhat before I put it up this evening, because it really is very wet. However, the forecast is to clear up from lunchtime on. So I'm on my way up to Plinlimon, and we will see how far I get today. Source of the River Severn, Britain's longest river, although I have read recently that someone is claiming that the Thames might be longer if you discount that Kemble is not the source and that another location is. Debatable. Anyway, that was a slight diversion for me to come and say hello to the source of the River Severn. I'm now going to descend off the plateau of Plinlimon, which actually has treated me favourably. Very lucky. It must have rained only when I was putting my tent down, and I thought that was in for a couple of hours. It's cleared up, clouds lifted. I've enjoyed my traverse over the hill. I've now got to descend down to the Avon Hengwm. Oh my goodness me, I'm not looking forward to this next section. I've walked it before. It's really rough, very boggy. Just get it over and done with, I guess. That wasn't too bad in the end. Picked a nice line, and there were some quad bike tracks which brought me down pretty close to the stream. I saw a post at the stream crossing, so I went for that, and then there was a reasonable path, wet but reasonable, which has brought me to where I am now. So I'm through the worst bit of today, I think. o'clock on day 11 and I'm about 4 miles, maybe 5 miles short of Comins Coch. I'm in a really remote area at the moment. The footpaths work, but there are no way marker signs, and every now and then you find that there's no trail on the ground at all and you've got to use your map. Cambrian Way is definitely not a route for people who don't know how to read maps, that's for sure. You've got to be able to be competent in reading maps on this route. So my plan at the moment is to keep walking for another mile or so, maybe 2 miles, and then I think I'm going to put the tent down. And that will leave me probably about 14 miles into Dinas Mawddwy, I think. There's a campsite there. I'm definitely going to stay at that campsite. I haven't booked it yet, but I will try and bring it ahead. Do some laundry, charge up my electrics, and there's a pub in the village as well, so eat some proper food. But the scenery I'm in at the moment is absolutely delightful. The heather is starting to come out in bloom, and I've had my first good views of the Tarrans and Cadair Idris, so all is well. Well, this is suboptimal. I'm stealth camping just outside the village of Comins Coch. My proposed spot, which was on top of a hill with fantastic views, I couldn't use because the 2 streams that I crossed to get there were both bone dry, so I had no water. So I've just had to keep following the Cambrian Way, and it's brought me lower and lower and lower. So after 21.5 miles, at about 6:30, I decided enough was enough, and I crept into this field and I've put the tent down. I don't think I can be seen from anywhere. There's a lane the other side of me, but I'm so low and the hedge is so tall that I can't be seen. So, not ideal. Really enjoyed today though. Today was a lovely route. Albeit, as I said earlier, there were no waymarks. It's clearly not walked that much. But after Delive, I really didn't see a soul, and the countryside I walked through was really pretty, so I was quite pleased with today. But now my dinner's ready to eat. I shall have an early night to get up early in the morning and get out of this stealth camp spot. Good morning, and good morning from day 12 of my Cambrian Way journey. My stealth camp at Comins Coch worked well last night. Got up early this morning, got out, nobody saw me, so I'm pleased about that. I had a good sleep as well. Since Comins Coch, I've been climbing up the hill, and now I've got this wind farm to walk through as I head towards Dinas Mawddwy, where I'm definitely stopping for the night. Then I calculate I'll be in Barmouth in 2 days' time, so tomorrow I'll be climbing up on a tough day tomorrow, up over Mawddwy, and then down towards the Haute Route. If you don't know what that is, have a look online, but it's where the aeroplanes or the jets fly through and lots of people take photographs. And then up towards Cadair Idris, and then I will be descending down to Barmouth from Cadair Idris. So, sun is shining, fantastic day. It's 10:30 in the morning, heat's getting up now, and I've done 6.5 miles, so I'm pleased with that. Just come off Mynydd Cemais, where the wind farm was, and I followed Dave Goodman's suggested route down from the wind farm to where I'm sat now by the stream. He said that the other route through the forestry was awful, really boggy, tedious, so I come straight down the hill following the forestry and crossed the stream and rejoined the route here. So I have cut a little bit of distance off, but you could see that lots of other people are doing what I've done today as well. There was a footpath all the way down. So about 8 miles to go, maybe, to get to Dinas Mawddwy. I've phoned the campsite and they are expecting me. There is a space, so all is well. just had my first sense of humour failure. That terrain. Jesus, that's so hard. Head-high ferns, Dougal grass, baby heads grass, whatever you want to call it, bog, hidden streams. Thank you, Dave Goodman, for the recommendation to avoid even more of that. Fair play to you, mate. Well, I'm coming to the end of day 12 and it's only 10 to 2. Not quite at the campsite yet, I've probably got about 1.5 miles to walk. But it's been a tough day today, much harder than I thought it would be. And that's to do with bracken and difficult ground. One episode of bracken, which I didn't bother filming, where I had my second sense of humour failure, was entirely self-inflicted. I wasn't concentrating on the route. I got drawn by this rising track. I took it, and it was only at the top of the track I realised I'd gone wrong. So rather than return, I foolishly went straight down through the bracken, which turned into gorse, nettles, brambles. Oh, it was horrible. Anyway, having got to Mawddwy, I stopped at the cafe and I had the Whopper breakfast and a mug of coffee. So I'm feeling good, and I've also contacted the local pub in Dinas, Mawddwy, and they confirm that they sell food, or serve food I should say, from 5:30 in the evening. So I am going to be making a beeline for there at 5:30 this evening for my second meal of the day. But this is the end of this particular video, the 5th video in this series. Thank you for watching. Hope you're enjoying what I'm doing. See you on the next video.